Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 57 of the Geek Perspective. I am your host, Roy, and along with my co-hosts, Derek and Tom, today we are discussing some Hollywood news. Derek has an unboxing and whatever we want. So stay tuned for a bunch of cool stuff. What's going on, kids?
What's up, Roy? How you doing, buddy?
Living the dream.
Oh, yeah.
The COVID dream. How about you, Derek? What are you living?
Alone now. My roommates are all gone.
What?
Yeah, they've been out for about 2 weeks now.
Where are they going?
One of them bought his grandmother's house, so as far as I know, at least one of them's there. Not the other one.
So, how you paying your rent and everything? Are you okay?
Yeah, my parents are the landlords, so.
I was wondering. That was my question too, Roy. I'm just like, ooh, you lost 2 roommates. That's like,
yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, that's how you
like, oh fuck.
So they like, yeah, my personal rent went up, but it's still like the same as far as like, it's still not that expensive.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, for sure. I have never seen Derek drink a beer before.
We've gone out.
Seriously, I've known you for how long now? Like a year and a half at least, and I've never, ever seen you drink a beer.
To be fair, Rhode Island Comic Con gives us soda.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know.
He drinks a lot of soda.
I
about
did
30 glasses. Was that 30 glasses of soda or containers or gallons that you drank?
That for the weekend.
Oh, that was ridiculous. I mean, but I don't know how you didn't go into like a diabetic coma.
All weekend, Tom's like, that kid's gonna go to diabetic shock.
That was,
I was amazed.
Sugar, dude. Like I could never do. I mean, I have a soda or a Red Bull in the morning just to get like some caffeine and sugar in me. But then when that's done, it's water the rest of the day. You know what I mean? Even when I get Wild Bills, I mean,
Wild Bill
2 a day max usually. Is what I can do on the sodas. It's just too much sugar for me personally. I don't know how you drank like 30 each day, Derek.
My God, dude.
Just a special talent, I guess.
I couldn't think how many I had all weekend. I think I might have had 5 all weekend.
Yeah, I had less than that. I honestly don't know how you have teeth, Derek, with all that sugar. Like, you should like have 2 or 3 teeth in your whole head.
He has dentures.
Yeah, really. Very impressive.
Denture king.
Very impressive.
I don't know, I think they're in Comic Con. Like if they gave us like Gatorade or something, I'd probably drink that over the soda just to stay more hydrated. But
I worked at in Boston, at Boston Comic Con.
Yeah,
and they actually
Hi,
hey Linda, how you doing? They separated the shirts by different colors of what you did. I was with the celebrities, and I don't know how the other groups worked, but they actually fed us every day. And they gave us drinks every day. And we were part of the green room. So like we could go in the green room, come and go as we pleased at Boston.
Nice.
Yeah, it was so great because again, they fed us and
yeah.
I don't know how it was for other people, but they took care of us.
Well, that's
not
why
that Rhode Island doesn't, but
yeah, well, I mean, it was way different. Like when my first year, the year that we were both with people from Sons of Anarchy, way different to how it is now. I mean, I was in the green room the whole time, eating with the person I was sitting with. I mean, it was much different back then, and now it's like you can't go in the green room unless you're specifically working the green room. It's
I just wonder if it's because the convention has gotten like so big that they can't.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. And you'd have crazy kids running in all the time. I remember.
Yeah.
My 6th year. One of the girls managers that knows me. She was with Herschel, the guy who plays Herschel, and God rest his soul. And he I guess the kid who was with him was being a fanboy, and you're told don't be a fanboy. If you're a fan of the person, let us know. We'll get you with somebody else. We want you to enjoy it, but we don't want you to ruin the experience of other fans and to get your experience ruined. So let us know, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, would you mind switching? Because he was acting crazy. I'm like, yeah, if you need me to. I mean, I don't care. But I was with Ron Perlman, and Ron Perlman was like, hell no. You're my security.
Yeah.
So it ended up not happening. But
see, that's what I think is why I get with some of the celebrities that I get with, like even my first year getting with such a big celebrity. Well, I was a little bit older, and I ain't a fanboy of anybody. You know what I mean? Like I'm just not, and they knew that, and I know it was greatly appreciated by her my first year. You know what I mean? Like I didn't ask her one question. Then and then the year I was with Stefan, same thing. I hadn't even seen Deadpool at that point. You know what I mean? And I remember his manager making a comment to me, being like, "Wow, you're pretty quiet. You don't have usually we go to these and these guys, asking all these obscure questions about Deadpool and and what's going to happen in the upcoming movies." And I didn't tell him I hadn't seen the movie. I just pretended I did. But yeah, I was like, dude, I'm not a fanboy. Like, yeah, it's cool to meet him, but it's not, you know what I mean? I don't know. I'm not that way with
it's also kind of pointless to ask questions you're not going to get an answer to.
Yeah, well, and it's just like, I know it's like anybody, it's okay. I work, well, I don't want to say where I work online, but when I'm talking to people, I don't necessarily want to talk about my work. I'd rather, you know what I mean? People will ask and they'll ask a few questions, but I'd much rather, talk about what music I like, just like I'm sure a celebrity does, or, you know what I mean? It's like, if you're with an actor, I mean, they'd probably appreciate more you talking about what music they listen to, what they have on their iPod, than fucking, every obscure freaking role. I mean, maybe some do, some people are narcissistic, but I don't know.
Yeah, I've always taken the approach, like, whenever I'm with somebody, I say hi to them. That's how the weekend is going. Just casual conversation, and then I just stop talking to them unless they ask me something, or if it gets like if they don't have anybody coming over, I might make small talk. Just to try to, but I don't want them to be uncomfortable. But I always say I hate that dead air where it's like totally quiet and they're looking around. So it's like, because sometimes I've actually had somebody say, "Oh, I didn't think you wanted to talk to me." I'm like, "No, I'm just trying to give you a space." Like, don't worry about that. And
I'm sure
some of the best conversations I've had were with people like that. They're like, "Let's talk." Ask me some questions. What do you want to know?
Sure, man, for sure. I mean, I don't know. Who knows when the next con you're gonna be able to go to in person is gonna be? You know what I mean? I know stuff's opening up and stuff, but
we should do a show or a segment at some point on the San Diego Comic-Con virtual con when we can get some information. I was watching a video this morning, and I should have wrote down some of the stuff the guy was talking about the con, about the pops that are being released possibly for the convention. And I was just enjoying the video, wasn't thinking about writing the stuff down to mention it on our show. But it's he's Franklin K. McGinnis, I think it is.
Oh yeah, I follow him as well.
He's really cool on YouTube. If you guys like pops, check him out. He had a video this morning.
Yeah, he's pretty good. He seems to be on top of stuff. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I mean, this, we may have a chance at some of the exclusive Funkos. Normally you have to go there, and even if you go there, you still have to enter a lottery, and then
you have to win the lottery.
If you don't win the lottery, I mean, you can, wait all day and hope that there's something left when they finally get through everybody that's, already, that's part of the lottery. They'll do that, but I mean, there's so many people, hundreds of thousands of people.
All the good ones are always gone by then.
What's that?
All the good ones are always
gone. Yeah, exactly. All the good ones. So this year, it's like I'm kind of excited for that. You know what I mean? hopefully there'll be some cool ones. I did see like some rumored, because the idea too is from what I'm hearing, New York Comic Con is going to be a virtual con as well.
That's cool.
I don't know for sure, but that would be my guess. I've been saying that for months anyway. That was my guess, just because of what's going on in New York. You know what I mean? And it's just like even if we, I just don't think they'll be ready by October to have that many people in tight quarters. But I saw some of the rumored exclusives for the New York Comic Con. Nothing good though. Not like ad icons and just I was not. And there was one cool one. I think it was a Batman one, and it was for charity. So I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. You know what I mean? But other than that, I was not impressed by their.
Staying on this subject, do you guys see about the drama about the AMC Walking Dead supply drop box that they have?
No, I didn't hear about the drama. I was tempted to get, sign up for that.
Don't do it.
Okay, good. Tell me what's the drama.
I was on. I'm starting at the beginning. I was on Instagram.
Yeah.
And it popped up, so I clicked on the link and went to because I looked at it off and on, like you probably have.
Yeah,
I might want to do that sometime.
Yeah.
And what it is it's a box that comes with a bunch of Walking Dead stuff. It's like replica props and pops and t-shirts and blah blah blah, just so everybody knows what we're talking about. And so I'm looking at it and blah blah blah, and I ended up backing out and going back to Instagram, and I went into the feed. There were people who supposedly didn't get their packages, and they emailed the company. They've been waiting weeks and no response.
Oh wow!
And there was a lot of people like I still haven't got my box. It's been over a week. Oh, I've been waiting 3 weeks, no response. And some people are like, oh, I got my box, no problem. I got my box, but it wasn't even from me. It was for some other address. So like, I'm trying to contact them to send it back. They won't even contact me about sending it back. I guess I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's because of the pandemic. There's no one answering the phones or what's going on, but I guess there are a lot of problems right now. So be wary.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out. Yeah, because I've been tempted in the past, because like I know a few years ago, every couple years they'll do like an exclusive pop to it. You know what I mean? Like a few years ago, it was Shiva, the tiger there, that Ezekiel. That was the thing, and it's got its own little. It's I think the sticker says TWD supply drop exclusive. On the box. And then I know this year's it was a flocked version of dog, because they came out with just a common dog, Daryl's dog that he named Dog. But yeah, for the supply drop, it was the flocked, and I was like, so I looked at it, I was like, oh, that may be kind of cool. But then I was like, it's like $50 or whatever, and it's a recurring, thing. I was like, I don't know. That's kind of a lot of money. So, and now I'm glad I didn't, with all hearing about all that stuff. That's crazy.
I almost did it also, and I was like, well, I could cancel it after the drop.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know me. I wouldn't have canceled it. Then another one would have come, hopefully,
Yeah.
I mean, take it with a grain of salt too. You never know what you read online, how true it is. It just kind of like, I don't know. I don't want to chance it. It's a lot of money to be wasting. If it was $20,
yeah,
chance it.
Yeah, $50. Yeah,
it's a lot more money. So let's do a segue. Derek, you have an unboxing for us?
I do.
Let's see what you got.
Oh yeah.
Is there something in the box?
I will find out.
It would be funny if we did an unboxing with nothing in the box. That'd be pretty embarrassing. Probably happened to me too. I'd open it up, it'd be all like peanuts.
When I was younger, one of my father's favorite things to do was put empty boxes under the Christmas tree.
No, jeez.
Oh, we got some bubble wrap.
Oh, nice. That was a good packing job. That's good. Good packing. In a protector.
So we got Midnight from My Hero Academia.
Oh, the Galactic Toys, huh? I just ordered a pop from Galactic Toys. I'm hoping to have it by next week for an unboxing.
How is Galactic Toys? I haven't been on that website.
They're actually pretty good. Like every time I get stuff from there, like it does come with like the bubble wrap, and both the pops I've gotten had like these case protectors on them. So.
Oh wow.
Except I noticed they put it in the case like a freaking sociopath there with the flap in the front. It's like you do that backwards so you don't see the flat, you know. So psychos. That is directly from their site.
Yep.
Nice. Is that an older one?
No, this one was released. It
Hold
was
on.
a pre-order when I ordered it. I pre-ordered it like a few months ago.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
So I think this wave just came out last week.
It's funny. Last night was the first time I was on that site. Actually, last night I ordered it. I was at work and I was doing I needed a break. I had been looking at a computer screen for like hours and hours. I was like, my eyes were dry. I was like, oh, I need a break. So I started messing around on my phone, and I found a pop that I want, an older one that I had, and for some reason sold it, and then I found it there for pretty cheap. So I ordered it. Hopefully, I'll have it for next week for the unboxing.
I think
hopefully I'll have it too. So,
like, I know I ordered like a good chunk of the next wave online. I just don't remember if I got it through them or if I got it from Amazon.
Very cool. Very cool. That's awesome.
Well, you know what you should do, Derek?
Display it.
Well, that too. But you should order from Entertainment Earth. They're having a sale right now. Buy one, get one Funko Pop free. And the sale is running through June 2nd. It includes Star Wars Pops, Baby Yoda,
Nice.
Clone Wars, X-Men 20th Anniversary Pops, Marvel, DC, anime, you know, all kinds of stuff. So I saw some anime stuff on there. I'm like, ooh, I got to tell Derek. And there was My Hero Academia actually was part of the stuff. On a side note, free shipping on orders over $79. So you order more than $80, it's free shipping.
Very cool.
That's kind of cool. So
and
order some more. Was that Tom?
You said that's Entertainment Earth?
Entertainment Earth. They're running through June 2nd.
Okay. So since we're on this subject, it kind of leads into one of my news things, and also something I want to bring up. But so I'll go to the news first, so then I can go back to the thing. So this week or this month, Funko is doing their Funkoween in May, where they're doing some Halloween theme. They're releasing Halloween themed pops in May. Some from the Corpse Bride. There's a 10-inch Chucky. There are some new Edward Scissorhands. It just trying to think. I mean, those were the main. There are a few others, and it's just they're Halloween themed. And
Chucky does sound pretty cool.
Yeah, you know, it's like I don't really have room for 10 inches. You know what I thought would be really cool though? You know, those 18. If you had an 18-inch Chucky.
That'd be freaking awesome.
You know, like that, I would make an exception for. Take it out of the box, you know what I mean, and like display it behind me here. That would be cool. If like an 18-incher, you know.
I might buy the 10-inch Chucky just to have. I might put it on the shelf behind me over here.
You should. You definitely should.
That'd be freaking awesome.
That would. There's a few others, you know, that are, you know, Zombieland ones with in Bill Murray's.
Bill Murray. Yes, I want them, both of them.
But they, you know, what's weird is they don't have Little Rock's doesn't get one. You know, they all the main characters, but not Little Rock. You know, so
I'm gonna have Tom order the Bill Murray ones, and because I want the chase, so he'll probably get 2 chases. So I want one of the chases.
And then so. I asked you guys this off. I guess there was some controversy. So with Funko, they're releasing some frontline worker pops. It's basically within healthcare. They're wearing masks, nurses, doctors, what have you. I guess there was some sort of controversy with Entertainment Earth, and I don't know the specifics. If I can find the original tweet, you know, obviously we'll talk about it in another episode, or, you know, check us out on social media. We're on all platforms. and I'll post it there. Some sort of controversy. I know you can pre-order those pops there, but they tweeted something and they deleted it fairly quickly. And I had seen somebody else, they had put something, hey, remember when you sent out that tweet trying to profit off our frontline workers and, you know, and our healthcare professionals? And that was awesome, and people are kind of up in arms. If anybody out there knows too, please, write in the comments, let us know what it was about. Some sort of controversy with that. So
as you're talking about that, people are pissy about this, but yet they want to open up the country up to everybody and let everyone run rampant through the country and get everybody sick again.
Yeah. Well,
that just occurred to me just now. Like you care about the frontline workers when someone else is making money on it off it because you can't because you're an idiot.
Yeah.
But when you're willing to risk the frontline workers' lives by going out and partying and not wearing masks and all that stuff, that's where I have a big problem.
Yeah, because people are hypocritical. People are crazy. The whole I don't want to wear a mask and it's infringing on my rights, but I have no problem sending my child to school in a fucking bulletproof backpack that has to walk through metal detectors.
Mm-hmm.
And I've done this personally. I've talked about how I used to be a teacher. And I worked as well as a high school. I was a teacher. I worked as a paraeducator in classes with autistic children. Certified in that. And in Arizona, we used to have to do active shooter drills. So basically, essentially, you have to. What would happen if there was a shooter on the campus of the school, and I had to do this with elementary aged autistic children. And, and it's like, that's because everybody has to have guns and we can't have, I'm not saying make guns illegal, but we can't even have sensible gun laws because that's infringing on your rights. And, it's just hypocritical.
Everyone should have a machine gun.
Yeah, you're not infringing on your rights, but my autistic child has to go through the trauma of doing an active shooter drill just so you can fucking buy automatic weapons. Like, what? How is that fair? And how is that not hypocritical? Like, what about their rights? You know what I mean? They have to make all those accommodations for your right to own a gun. It's like, people are dumb.
Derek, how do you feel?
Bulletproof backpacks. Kids going to school with bulletproof backpacks because
people only care about what affects them. They don't care that if Joe Schmo starts going out and partying with all his friends, that he could get people sick, or they could get sick, end up in the hospital, and have to have healthcare workers who he's worried about someone making money off them take care of them and risk their lives. That's okay though. It's just ridiculous.
It's just crazy. People are just crazy. And, it's unfortunate that the whole United States, everything is political now. Every social media post, somebody's doing it political. It's like we've let the politicians win because everything you talk about now, everything that anybody talks about now is politically motivated at some point. It's like you can't have a conversation without delving into the politics of it. And it's like, that's fucking crazy. Kids under the age of 21 shouldn't be worried. It should not be this worried about what politics and 10-year-olds, figuring out which party they support already at that point. It's crazy to me. It's fucking crazy.
Well, I guess right now it's either politically motivated or defend somebody, or both.
True. And while we're on this subject, the Perge has been canceled by the USA Network. I just find that funny.
I'm bummed on that. I liked that show a lot, and
I never watched it. I wanted to. I just like,
I wasn't expecting much out of it because one of the last Purge movies. I was like the first Purge or whatever it was. I didn't like, you know, and I liked most of them here and there. You know, they're nothing profound, but they were fun movies. And then the series really surprised me, and I liked the fact that it was sort of like anthology style. You know what I mean? It was, you know, the first season was, you know, around one Purge. Then the next season it was completely different, a completely different Purge, and dealt with the first day and that and all this stuff. So I liked it. So I'm kind of bummed by it being canceled.
If the ratings were good enough, maybe like Netflix or somebody will pick it up.
I hope so.
And speaking of Netflix, segue again. Did you hear that Netflix is going to start canceling people's accounts that they haven't watched in a year or two?
Yep.
I'm like, wow.
Yeah, I'm surprised on that.
But
it's just weird because you'd have
like
that person you don't
money,
right? I was like, why would you do that?
Yeah, they're just getting money for people not taking advantage of it. So I don't get it. But hey, I did read that. Yeah,
I tried to look up some information as to why, but there was really no answer given.
Damn you! You're giving me money and you're not even using this. I'm stopping your account.
Yeah.
No more giving me money for you.
How dare you give me money every month and not use my service and not waste bandwidth? Damn you, bastard.
And while we're on Netflix, this Friday, Space Force, starring Steve Carell, drops. I can't wait for this. You know, it's funny because I guess when the preview dropped, either yesterday or the day before, it was like a couple hours after some of the people that are involved with Trump's real Space Force that he wants to get going had just sent out a tweet about how they're getting started up and stuff. And then a couple hours later, Space Force drops their first preview, which totally eviscerates, you know, the whole idea behind this Space Force.
Did you see the logo for our government Space Force? It's a Star Trek emblem, essentially.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's essentially the Star Trek emblem. Look it up. It's like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, you asses. Bunch of asses. So, have you guys know who John Krasinski is?
Yes.
He, for people who don't know, he's a Boston actor. He's on the TV show The Office. Jack Ryan, the Amazon TV series, which is freaking amazing. Check it out if you haven't seen it. Well, he has a internet TV show called Some Good News that he started early in March about spreading some good news around the world on YouTube, as opposed to hearing about the pandemic and all bad stuff. He was actually giving out some good news. Well, he's been offered a TV deal by Viacom CBS, and now his fans are calling him a sellout for cashing in on the show. And for the record, he's not even going to be hosting the actual TV show. So what are your thoughts on that? Is he a sellout?
No.
Yeah, I agree.
It's their job. And so, okay. So what's he supposed to let happen? Some big fucking conglomerate come in and take it and profit off it? You know what I mean? Why is it better for Paramount or Universal or, I don't know, a Fox or a NBC? Or I'm just throwing out companies. I'm not saying any of these are involved or whatever. You know what I mean? Why is it better for them to profit off it than him?
Somebody would have. They would have just changed the name, maybe a different little format, but essentially would have been the same thing.
Yeah, why not? He created it.
People are just jealous.
Yeah.
People are just jealous, you know, they're like, people are crazy.
It's like, I don't know. And maybe because I'm older now, I remember being younger with musicians. Oh, the Metallica, they sold out. Or no, they were smart. They hedged their bets on something, and they set up themselves and their family for retirement. There's nothing.
Because everyone wants everyone to be poor like them. Everyone's wants you to be poor. They don't want you to make any money.
And like, okay, I understand. Okay, you know, artists and stuff a lot of times are poor and stuff, but good art, not all good art has to come out of tragedy and being a poor. You know, you could live, you know, a pampered or an upper class lifestyle and still be good at art or whatever. You know what I mean? Artistic. It's just like, I don't know. You know, Like
What
you
do
said,
you think,
everybody
Derek?
wants everybody to be fucking poor.
Exactly. It's ridiculous.
Well, I mean, I feel like he should have sold it if they was gonna get the money for it. Like
Right? Why not? Make the money.
Like
Yeah,
you're still in control of it at that point.
It amazes me. You know, when I heard that, like people were slamming him, I was like, really?
Yeah.
And like, oh, he's making money on the pandemic. No, he's making money on giving out good news. God forbid someone else spread some happiness around the world. Jesus Christ Almighty.
You're not
Holy
successful if you
black
don't have
Jesus.
haters.
What's that?
And
Said you're not successful if you don't have haters.
That's true.
That's true.
That's
And it's
true.
like the world is changing, you know what I mean? And that's what's happening right now is a pandemic. And guess what? The guy's not acting in shows right now because there's no shows filming right now. Although I do have some news on that too. You know, so these people have to supplement their income with something else. You know what I mean? Like they're out of work right now. He is out of work right now. Now, granted, he's got a lot of money from being in the industry that he's in, but he still has every right to work as well. You know?
And make money.
Yes.
And he created the show like 7 or 8 years ago. This is not a new show that he just created in March. He's been working on the show for like 7 or 8 years. So this has been a thought for him for a long time. It's not like he's like, I'm gonna go on YouTube and make some videos. And that's not even what happened. This has been a well-known thing, and he actually has a partner that's helping him do this. So all those haters out there, screw you, you bunch of punks.
Yeah, really.
So how about Ruby Rose leaving Batwoman?
It's all over the news right now. You know, first, lead to leave a show like this, and
it's the first season. It's not even like later on.
Well, she heard my comments about her, so she got scared and she decided to quit.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Roy's saying I don't act very well, and she was actually getting better too. That's why I found it kind of funny. I felt like by the end of the season she was getting better, but she's leaving the role. And reports is that she wasn't happy with the long working hours.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. She didn't like the schedule.
It's like, how do you not? Really?
You know that going into it.
I'm not an actor, and I know on a TV show you might work long work. You might have long working hours.
You might have like a 14, 16-hour day.
Easy.
But this is her first leading role. So, like she was in Orange is the New Black. It was a small, a couple episodes, really.
Which she should have known what she was getting into then, because she's an actress.
Yeah. You would think,
I know you're saying too, but
I haven't read it. I didn't watch the show, so
they lost an opportunity. If I was going to do an overview of the show to tell someone about whether they should watch it or not, I would say it's a show that had a lot of potential, but
no.
Go ahead, Derek.
I think they said too, like they were going to replace her with another LGBT.
Yes, that's the plan.
Yes.
One of the girls from The Magicians wants to take over the role. I guess she's trying to prop herself up for getting the role. I can't think of her name, but she's a really good actress. I like her. And that's a pretty good show too, The Magicians, by the way. So we'll see where that goes, who they're going to get. I was trying to figure out, like, man, who would I want to replace her? And at that point, when you replace the star of the show, is there any saving the show? Now, do you guys think the show can be saved now?
Well, I think
knowing history of TV shows that replace the star.
Like, it's a unique situation because it happened after the first season, so you still have a lot of story to tell versus like the end of the season, like towards like the middle of the show where it's like, oh, you can kind of end it there or do like a spin-off or reboot it down the road or something.
I think it all depends on how they do it.
I got you, Tom.
Do it.
Go ahead, Tom.
I was just saying, I think there's a way you can do it where it makes sense and it could go either way. Honestly, it really could go either way. But I think there is a way that they could do it that would make sense and work for audience members. So,
well, you being a professional actor, Tom, how would you go about it if you could do it? How would you do it? Do you have any idea like how you would do it?
So it would depend on the producers, directors, and what they want to go with. I see personally, if I was put in that position, my initial thought would be, if the director just hadn't given me any directions, the producers hadn't given me any directions, that I would try to make it as different from her as possible. I would, what I'm thinking of that it could work is, I don't know a ton of Batwoman lore. I don't know through the comics and stuff, but I do know, with Robins and other people, there's been multiple people that have played that part within the comic book, within the comic world. You know what I mean? You had, isn't there's like four or five different Robins? Oh,
there's several, yeah.
Yeah. So that, for me, that could work. It's like, you write her off somehow, and now this new actor, she's Batwoman, but she's not the same Batwoman. You know what I mean? Because you could do that. You could just bring in another person and try to pretend that, that it's, that we're not going to know the difference. You know what I mean? You could try to find somebody that either looks similar and just, it's just, hope by the end of season 2 that people forgot about her, the actress that was in season 1. And shows have done that. We've seen that, with the course of, especially me and you, Roy, you know what I mean? With our child, growing up, you would see that a lot where, a kid would leave a show and they'd bring in somebody completely different for that same exact role. You know what I mean? And it would happen. I was never a fan of that. So that, if it were given to me, that's how I would do it. She's a different, her real identity is different, but now she's Batwoman, is the new Batwoman, and I would try to play it completely different.
I'm wondering, they have a couple of characters on the show. Like I'm thinking, if I was going to do it, they want a lesbian to play the role.
Yeah, which makes sense. I like that.
Exactly. I agree 100%. There's a couple other characters on the show that could actually just take over the character, like, because I don't want to give anything away, but there's things that are happening that happened on the season that they could actually kill her off.
Mm-hmm.
And then one of the other girls, like I said, I don't know if they're LGBTQ or not. I have no idea, but one of the other girls could actually take the mantle of Batwoman.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's two people I'm thinking of. One's a black woman on the show, actually. That would be interesting.
That would be really cool.
And there's another woman. She's like British. So I don't know if they're even lesbians. I have no idea. I don't know if they're part of that community. I have no idea. But if they are, to me, that's the easiest solution.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
And that's for sure.
But I'll tell you this. She was an attractive woman, Ruby Rose. And when she put the Batwoman suit on, for some reason, every time she wore the suit, it was like she aged.
Really?
I don't know why. Even when I was doing my notes and they had a picture of her with the suit on, and I'm like, man, she looks old. I don't know if it's just me or what, but it's like, because she's a very attractive woman.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know. It just didn't work for her, I guess. I don't know. What do you think, Doug? You're the DC person here. You've had nothing to say.
Unfortunately for Tom, I think I looked real quick on the internet, and there's only one Batwoman, and it's Kate Kane.
Yeah, okay.
So I don't think they could do like the Robin thing where, you got like the one Robin who became...
Well, why couldn't you? It's a TV show.
Well, I mean, you could, but you're going to piss off the comic people if you do something.
Well, piss them off. Wouldn't be the first time.
The one Batwoman is Kate Kane?
Kate Kane. Kane.
Okay.
It wouldn't be the first time they pissed off comic people.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like,
the show, to me, the show's, I don't want to say it's on life support, but it's only surviving, I believe, because of the other shows. I basically only watched the whole season. If this came out on its own and there were no other shows, I would have stopped watching the show weeks ago I wouldn't have watched another episode. But because it's part of the universe, I decided to stick with it.
I mean, they could even go the route where you guys saw the season finale, right?
Yeah, I did. Tom doesn't watch the show.
I don't watch it.
I did.
All right. Well, spoiler alert. It ended with Alice making a face for the guy to look like Bruce Wayne. So if they wanted to go this route, they could even technically have the real Bruce Wayne in that universe come back and play Batman and just go it as a Batman instead of a Batgirl.
That'll never happen because they want the lesbian.
No, I know, but I'm saying like that could just
character.
be like a temporary solution.
Yeah, but the problem's still there though. The problem
Well, when you have
doesn't
it come back,
change.
but then like you could say like she took you could say her she takes like a vacation, and then when she comes back it's like a different actress kind of a thing. Like just have like the Bruce Wayne be there for a little bit. I don't know.
So you don't play out like that, like the TV fans stupid then. All you Batwoman fans, Derek's saying you're stupid.
Well, but like it's just like a weird situation because it was like it happened in the first season, so
Right.
I feel like it's easier to come back from that because it happened early.
This could be the
later.
best thing for that. I think this when I first heard this, first I was like, "Really, dude? You just gonna quit like that?" But then I was like, "This could be the best thing for the show because you're almost gonna get a do-over."
Yeah.
And that could be where they go too. They could just get another actress. Like Tom said, he doesn't like this, but and I hope they don't do this, but just say like it never happened.
Well, because now like season 2 is pretty much going to be a comparison to whoever they have replace her and her.
Yeah.
That's literally how season 2 is going to be. Who did it better?
Which, as long as the stories get a little bit better, it should be 100 times better. So I have to assume they're gonna have a better, higher qualified actress. I would assume. Because I don't think the movie Rose been acting that long, has she, Tom?
I don't think it's been that long. I know she has a few acting credits, and I know she's a model.
That's how I know as a model.
I have only seen her in Orange is the New Black, I believe, is that I can remember, and she was in a few episodes. She played the lead there, Piper's like girlfriend, interest in prison for a few episodes, and yeah, I mean, and so I don't know too much about it. I don't think she's been acting that long, but I don't know for 100% too much about her. So,
all right, before we go on, I just want to tell everyone to like and subscribe. Click that little bell in the upper corner here so you stay informed for all our cool content coming up. And make sure you comment on this video, even though you're not commenting on our videos, you punks. But comment on our videos.
Yes, please do.
Oh,
yes,
Derek's girlfriend showed up.
Oh, hey Meredith, how you doing?
The DC topic.
Yeah.
I know I messaged you guys earlier. You guys didn't watch the new Stargirl episode.
No. God, no.
It's like pre-Justice League. So it's like
just
the
name
Society
Stargirl.
Yeah, a guy I work with was asking me about it too the other day, and I was like, nah, yeah, doesn't really interest me.
So I don't know how like before it was for between like the Justice Society of America and the Justice League. Like I don't know the time gap, but it precedes them.
Mm-hmm.
So like I don't know if they'll be able to. They'll probably figure out some way to get these into the crossover. But it also looks like it's going to cover the entire Justice Society, not like just Stargirl. It'll probably cover the other 4 characters as well. It looked really good from the first episode, but at the same time, it also some of the CGI was a little bad.
Well, it's a CW,
It's one of those that it's like, when I run out of shows, maybe I'll check it out. Maybe. It's
but
like,
if you're willing to sit through Batwoman and complain about her the whole time, then this is better. You should at least give this one a shot.
Well, I don't sit through Batwoman either. I don't watch that.
He's talking to me, Tom. He's talking to me.
I know. But yeah,
You're gonna watch all the other DC shows, and this is gonna somehow tie into it. Might as well just keep watching it. Can't say you're not gonna watch.
I'm waiting for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. to come back.
Yeah, next week.
Which might be multiple timelines, I guess they're saying now. I'm like, oh, geez, they're going to script this whole last season. They're going to make a mockery of it. Watch.
Well, I'm excited. I can't wait for that. So since we're talking about TV, I got a few other. I'll run through these real quick, and then I have something on Fear the Walking Dead. But just a couple shows I had started watching because my girlfriend or people at work either renewed or canceled. So The Goldbergs, which is actually a funny show. I never watched it up until just like this past season. It's an ABC show. It's been renewed for an 8th season. But it's spinoff called Schooled, which follows one of the characters and, as they get older and become a teacher. That has been canceled, which I had been watching now just because it's like a spinoff. So I'm kind of bummed about that. And then the Bless This Mess on ABC, which I watched, Lake Bell and Dax Shepard. Okay, it's just one of those ones because it's like I watch other shows on ABC, so I'll just watch that. That was canceled, unfortunately. And then this one I'm bummed about because I thought this show is very clever, in my opinion. And they just finished I believe it was season 2. It's either season 2 or season 3, and they left it on a cliffhanger, and it was canceled. A show called Single Parents on ABC, and ensemble cast on that. It's got the he played the brother on Everybody Loves Raymond is in it. The tall guy there. It's few other actors, and Taron Killam from SNL is on it. It's just an ensemble cast. Very good show. So I was kind of bummed. But yeah, that so far those are some renewals and cancellations coming up. And so Lenny James from Morgan from the Fear of the Walking Dead. He was originally on Walking Dead, then crossed over to Fear of the Walking Dead, essentially the lead character on Fear of the Walking Dead. I just had an interview, and people were asking about, the next season, if it's happening on Fear the Walking Dead, and he said, well, it's going to happen. Right now, they're not filming, but they're moving forward as if they would be filming. So, with pre-production stuff like that. So they don't have a schedule yet for filming and stuff, and and he did say that one of the biggest things he foresees before they actually start filming is that they would get rapid tests, which exist, but very reliable rapid tests. So like where the there, where you could get a false read or a false, is less than 5%. Because right now, I believe the ones that like some that AW, he is the owner has for his employees and stuff. It's supposedly, about 85% accurate. There's a 15% chance. So Lenny James feels as though that once they get one that's really reliable, and cheap as well, because he foresees them having to maybe take a test every day or every 2 days. You know what I mean? So they got to get cheap enough too. But he said they are moving forward with pre-production right now for Fear the Walking Dead. So obviously, because I like Fear the Walking Dead. So
one day I'll resume watching that.
Yeah, I like it.
I haven't watched past the first half season.
No, I finished the first season, I think.
Yeah, I gave up. I hated the family so much, I just gave up.
I don't know if you put this one up, but yes, Linda loves, because she's got good taste, loves Single Parents.
Of course she does. She likes everything Tom likes.
Yeah, it's a great show, Linda. I love it. So that was all. I think that was all my news. Did you have more news, Roy?
Nope, that's all the news I had. Derek, how about you? You must have something to talk about, Derek.
Oh, we could talk about what happened last week when I was Well, I literally just missed you guys by like a few minutes.
I know that was crazy.
Yeah.
I finished my tournament at 3 and 4, so I was kind of mad at that. But a lot of the games were close, so a couple of the losses were my fault. Some of them were just.
Want to talk about what you were doing last week?
I was doing a Pokemon tournament.
All right. Well, thanks for coming.
Yeah, I just finished that had finished like right before you guys started the show, and then I was in line for a Twitch streamer to battle her, and there was only like 6 people, and like she was only doing 2 battles, so I figured it would only took like a half hour to get through the list.
She was on Twitch.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So
you should have texted and said, hey, watch that show.
So what ended up happening was
no, I guess
her
not, huh?
phone had overheated, so she stopped the stream for a few minutes to like throw her phone in the freezer to cool off, and then she resumed it, and then
it doesn't sound too safe.
A top ranked player. A top ranked player.
They just glossed over that. She throws her phone in the freezer. Anyway.
Yeah. Questions here first before we roll past this.
Holy Jesus.
So, does phones overheating a thing with like Twitch and stuff? Is that like a common thing that happens?
I guess if you stream for several hours, the battery may overheat a little bit, but it also may be if you are doing that with the case on, which I don't know if she was or not.
I've had phones overheat, but that was because like I left it in my car and it was 90 degrees out or whatever. You know what I mean? Having overheat. I've never had like just been texting so feverishly that it fucking overheats and I have to throw it in the freezer of all things. The freezer.
Well, I mean, she only did that because she was trying to finish the stream. Otherwise, it probably would have been fine just letting it sit on the table for a few minutes.
Is she cute?
I don't know.
You're on Twitch. How do you not know?
Hey, man, his girlfriend and she's watching. Come on, don't put him on the spot like that.
No, like when you're streaming, like when they're streaming this, you just see their phone with the battle. You know,
all I see is a clear white screen, dude.
So if you were doing your battles, I'm just letting it go. You'd only see like their phone, like you don't see anything. You just see like the actual screen recording.
I thought for some reason you had a TV on too.
No, sometimes like they might like take a break from what they're doing for a couple seconds and then like flip the camera so you can see them and say hi and stuff. But
I bet they do.
No one wants to watch Pokemon battles for 4 straight hours.
Well, that's why you want to see the people. That's why I figured they'd show their faces so they can.
But yeah,
and let's face it, female streamers probably make a boatload of money because they're cute. And guys are stupid, and we'll want to stare at them and Google at them for 4 hours a day.
Well, I watched.
You ain't lying, Roy.
Sad, is it sad?
You ain't lying. I'm sure. I mean, I don't know. I've never been on Twitch or any of those. So.
I quit like a bartender.
Yeah.
You go out to a bar, you see a cute bartender. She's getting a hell of a tip.
Oh yeah.
It's like, and then the next thing you're like, what the fuck was I thinking? There was no way I was hooking up with that bartender. There's no way in hell. Why am I giving her all my money?
Well, bartending's a funny job because I was a bartender for a lot of years too. It's like there's something about bartenders that like you don't even have to be like a guy, girl. I'm not saying one or it could be either. Don't even have to be that attractive, and people are attracted to you for some reason. Like God, I mean,
well, attraction is the eye of the beholder. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. But there's something about that position, you being a bartender. Because, like I said, I was a bartender for a lot of years, and I used to get a lot of numbers. I won't go, but it's crazy. Like everybody seems to want to sleep with the bartender. Everybody, including.
Well, when you make a good mixed drink, you know what I mean. That's how to come by.
It's true. It's true.
You know what I mean? Because I'm always like, oh. I want to make blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and, no. I want to just pick it up and drink it. I don't want to be like 2 ounces of this, 1 ounce of that. No. I want to drink my drink and
Yeah, when I'm bar, I was you unless I didn't like you, I was a heavy pour. If I didn't like you, then you might get a weak pour. But yeah, I never did
That's how it
measure.
should be. If you're an ass,
Yeah,
fuck you. You're getting a drop. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
and
Don't be an ass.
I knew some bartenders that because a lot of times on a bottle you'll have the pourers on the top are made to go, so when you do it, it does 1 ounce and then stops. You know what I mean? But some don't. I used to know people like some bartenders. They would like when they were pouring drinks, they would actually, if it called for example, if this mixed drink called for 4 shots of different stuff, they'd pour the shot of whatever into a shot glass and then put it into the drink. I didn't. I always eyed it. From being when I was bartender, it was just boom, boom, boom. You get the feel for it and you just eye it. And it doesn't make you the most popular with the owner of the place because they want their pours to be, usually light or right on, you know what I mean? And you do eyeing it. Sometimes you're going to be heavy, sometimes you're going to be light, you know what I mean? But I sure as fuck wasn't pouring it into a shot glass and then pouring it into the glass. No way. No way.
Especially on those busy nights when you have like 10 deep. Holy Jesus.
Oh, yeah. I worked at the bar that I was bartender at. It was 4 blocks away from Wrigley Field in Chicago.
Holy Jesus.
Yeah, and it was a karaoke bar. 7 days.
Man.
Oh my God, dude! It was. I mean, we were always way over capacity because they were in good with the cops in the fire, so that they would let it happen. We were always like, it was just always nuts in that bar. Always.
The owner was still bitchy about overpours. Go figure.
Yeah. The owners were terrible. They were terrible. I won't say the name of the business, but they especially the husband, he was a dick. He was a dick. I got to fight with him.
Terrible. So, what people are watching already know this because there's only a few people watching. But I have the coronavirus, so I had to call my doctor, and going back and forth between them and my work, blah blah blah. So I called my doctor up, and he wanted to set up a virtual call. And the girl goes, "Oh, you have a past due balance." I'm like, "Wait a minute, it was a physical." And she goes, "Physical is supposed to be free." She goes, "Yeah, the physical is free, but some of the other stuff that we do is extra money." And I was like, "Shouldn't you be telling me this? And if I don't want it, I would say, fuck you, I'm not doing it."
Yeah.
Like it's ridiculous. So I was like, whatever. And then she goes, "Plus you have to pay for the virtual visit." I mean, wait a minute. I have Harvard Pilgrim, and I got an email from them saying that I don't have to pay for virtual visits, which I never called them. I got to call them and find out about that. But like, no, we're not getting kickbacks saying not to charge people. And I'm like, I got an email saying that through the coronavirus, we're not supposed to be charged for this. Yeah. So I go, I'm not paying it if I don't have to charge. So the girl goes, "Okay, bye," and hangs up on me. I'm like, no, she didn't. Called right back, and the other girl I was talking to goes, "Well, she didn't hang up on you." I'm like, "Well, first off, she did because she said bye, click." So she definitely hung up on it. I'm not going to argue with you about that. She definitely hung up on me. Yeah. And so this other girl started talking to me, and we started talking and explaining to me blah, 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 whatever. And she's the one that told me that they weren't getting any kickbacks. So as of right now, they have to charge me. I'm like, all right. That I can understand, but the other girl is just a bitch. And I said, I'll just call Harvard Pilgrim to find out what the deal is because things could have changed. I don't know. But I did get an email saying you don't get charged for virtual visits. So the girl actually hung up on me. The first girl, I'm like, what? I've never hung up on me by a doctor's office.
That's insane to me. That's
totally
insane.
Unbelievable. Like only the life of Roy.
So like you said, most of the people watching right now know that you had it. So talk about shocked when I got that text last week from you. You're like, "So I just got the dreaded call." And,
yeah, it was a call too.
And I have corona or COVID or I forget your exact wordings, but it's same thing. Oh my God, dude. I was like, what the fuck? Are you kidding?
I'm
I
not
was
surprised. Shouldn't be very surprised.
no, I'm not. I'm not surprised just because you're a frontline worker. You know what I mean? Working in a place like that. So, but holy shit, my dude, my mind. I'm just like, holy fuck. I had thought you had asthma. I was. I know you have allergies. For some reason, I had thought you had asthma, but I also knew that you were a cancer survivor. So I was thinking to myself, well, I don't know about his immune system, but I know that people that have cancer afterwards they're immunocompromised.
Right.
So a buddy of mine's white, or I have a uncle that's had leukemia, and now he's always got to worry, cold season, flu season, pneumonia, anything he gets is exasperated, and then another buddy, his wife has leukemia, and so, but I mean, it's under control, everything. But still, if she gets something, it's like 1,000 times worse than if I get it. So thank God I've been hearing that, that you've been feeling good. So
yeah, I've been feeling fine the whole time.
But you did mention you headaches. Are you still getting headaches?
I got one last night actually, which is weird. But I think that was from being outside in the sun. I was out in the sun yesterday, so I think that might be from that. But I would say I think Monday I got a headache. I worked last Monday.
Okay.
And I got a headache Monday. And the Friday before, the day we got tested, in the afternoon, I started feeling a little tightness in my chest. Like if I was working and running around doing stuff, I get slightly winded. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, I thought I've been fighting off a cold for a while. So I'm like, I'm fighting off a cold.
Yeah.
And so I just kind of went with that. And then when I got the headache, I was like, all right. And then I got the phone call. I was like, yeah, that explains it.
So aside from maybe a headache, any other side effects?
A headache, like I said, a little tightness in my chest. Mm-hmm. I had Monday and Tuesday, I had slight wheeziness in my chest, but that's gone.
Mm-hmm.
It basically felt like I had a mild chest cold, essentially. And for all intents and purposes, it's gone. I get a little winded if I'm doing much stuff with the dog. If I'm playing with the dog a little bit too much. Mm-hmm. It's slightly winded, but again, I've been resting, not doing much, so that's probably part of it too. I'm not doing anything, so which I'm going to start increasing a little activity. But the Board of Health did say, and just so everybody out there knows, she said that the first week she's had some people be perfectly fine, and then the next week they crashed. So she said to be careful and be wary of it. That things could technically get worse. It's not guaranteed or necessarily likely, but it could. So I'm just watching out for that. But it's been about 5 days, and so I figure by tomorrow, if I haven't had anything change by tomorrow, I'm pretty much fine.
Well, good. I'm glad. Like I said, I was super worried at first. I was just like, Jesus, man. Like I said, I always had a feeling, I mean, between the three of us, chances are at least one of us were going to get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're all working and
we're all working. None of us are working. You know what I mean? It was, so
just the odds it was going to happen.
Yeah, so I knew it, but it was just, it's one of those things that you always hope it, like for me, it's like, I always hope it's me. You know what I mean? I guess it's
me. But I would hope you want to get it.
Well, I don't ever want to see a friend or a family member get, you know what I mean? Like my whole thing is like, for me, the whole, wear a mask because you don't want to infect other people. I would feel terrible if I gave it to somebody and then they, died or whatever. You know what I mean? So it's,
well, the other good thing is they're saying now that they're not 100% sure, but they're thinking possibly that if you've had it, you're immune now. So they're doing more studies on that, but they're hopeful. So hopefully,
I've read shit back and forth on that because that was the initial thought too when it first dropped. That okay, we get everybody, get a big get the that herd immunity. You know what I mean? So you get a good part of the population to get it and then pass it, and then they won't, and then they're like, well, now we're not sure, and then they had thought there might even be some people in parts of China that were on their second or third bout of it and stuff.
My ex-girlfriend, she's had it twice, but she doesn't have a spleen or a pancreas, so she's definitely compromised.
It's
so I've been hearing the same thing. So I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't know really what's going on for years. What the real deal is, because it keeps changing.
Yeah.
What we were talking about before the show about the blood clots, and it's like it's either evolving or we're just finding more about it as we go.
Yeah.
And if it's evolving, we're fucked.
Oh yeah. If it's evolving that quick, then essentially we're just every year we're gonna have a COVID season.
Yep.
If it's just like the flu.
Isn't that what Fauci was saying? Like before they stopped doing those daily conversations at the White House, he's expecting a second wave, and he said it could even possibly be like a seasonal thing, like the flu.
Yeah, good. He doesn't rule out anything. People have been super critical. I can't stand the people that are super critical of Fauci. They're like I saw a meme today. It's like I like a good meme too. But I'm sorry, if you're on social media and you're trying to make a point with a meme, then I have no use for you. You know what I mean? You don't argue with memes because they're funny. You know what I mean? And it was like it had a weatherman on the top, and he goes, "Yeah, nobody can be as wrong as many times as me and still have a job." And then it was a picture of Fauci underneath said, "Want to bet?" And it's like, dude, this is a break, and that's the other thing, the rise of social media. People don't understand analogies anymore. There's very specific rules to an analogy. That's why on the SATs, there's a whole section just on analogies. There's a whole section because it's very, very. I work with guys, same thing. I have one guy that I work with, and he loves the analogy. He'd love, well, that would be like this and that, and they're never right. They're never a proper analogy, and it's just like, no, that's wrong because because they're two very similar things that you can interchange. It's like so. But anyway, I'm getting off on a tangent there. I forgot what I was.
Like people are just ignorant about this. They just want to go back to normal, and you can't rush. This is something you can't rush.
Yeah, and again, we talked about politics earlier in the thing. So many people want to politicize this thing. I mean, and you can't. It's like I'm frustrated with people, but I guess you can't when dipshit is tweeting 24/7. The guy just tweets and tweets and tweets, and it's just nonsense. And now it's going even more off the rail. And you still
how about the Michigan incident?
Yeah.
With him not wearing a mask, and the governor and the mayor said, "You won't be invited back."
Yeah.
Like, good. Tell the fucker he can't come back.
Yeah, well, now he's warring with the Secretary of State in Michigan because she had put out a tweet. Or something. Yeah, she might have been a tweet, and applications were going out for people to sign up so they could do mail-in voting. And Trump,
they don't want that.
Yeah, and I know, yeah. And then Trump just goes in and said, "Oh, yeah, that's illegal, blah, blah, blah. You mail-in voting." And she goes, "No, this is just the applications for it." And what I love, too, is she starts each tweet with, "My name is," because what Trump likes to do, give everybody a nickname, and especially if you're a woman, just because he thinks women are second-class citizens,
Yeah, women support him, which is amazing to me.
Yeah, and he gives them even worse nicknames and just shit you should not say in the year 2020. And some reason he's allowed to say it. Anybody else, they're going around saying Joe Biden's this and that. And
I know what Biden said yesterday. Was that hilarious?
Oh, Jesus.
Come on, that was funny. When you say if
you don't vote for me, you're not
you ain't black.
You ain't black.
Yeah, you ain't black. I laughed hysterically, but at the same time, I was like, "Why would you say that?"
He was trying to be cool. He was trying to be like, "Yeah, I'm down with the blacks." You know what I mean? And
it'd be funny, and
yeah, and God, the head of the NAACP and a couple of ACLU are not happy with him.
Yeah.
This and that, and it's like, well,
he's not wrong.
Yeah, honestly, he's just saying if you're black, you'd be better off voting for him than fucking dipshit.
And it's true.
because
if you're white, you're better off voting for him. Even if you're Derek, you're better off voting for him.
If
yeah,
you're a
because-
person, you're better off voting for him.
Exactly. My
Yeah.
dog's better off voting for him.
Well, yeah, I mean, President Pigfuck over there he's just a disgusting, disgusting person. Like, everything about it, he's a chump, he's a loser, he's not smart. I mean, he's a pig fucker. That's what he is. He's a pig fucker. And I'm sorry, and honestly,
Pig fucker.
I
That's a new one.
apologize to any pigs or swine out there because, I mean, I wouldn't want to be fucked by that guy. That guy's disgusting. Everything about him, just every time he opens that fucking mush mouth of his, I mean, Christ, that guy is just a piece of shit. I hope he does. But Roy, one thing on the COVID, I'm reading marijuana and CBD are very good for it. May help prevent it.
Really?
So,
When
yep.
was this last week?
So maybe you want to get your card. Well, I mean, it's legal in Mass, but you could always get your card too. Word of the day, pig fuck. Well, yeah, it's fuck.
Definitely.
President Pig Fuck.
I think that's the coolest thing. I'm stealing that, dude. I'm be at work, I'm like, you're a pig fucker. What? You heard me. You pig fucker.
Yeah, guys.
Me and the nurse, we call each other names sometimes. We say, hey, pig fucker. But yeah, so I have to look into that.
Well,
I can't go anywhere. I can't get in there. I can't even leave the house. what am I saying?
Yeah.
I can't get in if I want it.
Yeah. So how's it been just quarantining? So you're on a 14-day quarantine now?
Essentially, yeah. I go back to work next Friday. As
Not
long
this
as no symptoms kick up.
Yeah.
You know.
Now, I assume when you go back, you'll get a test.
I don't know. No one's mentioned that to me. So next week I'm gonna have to call work and be like,
Yeah,
do you want me to
I
get
would
tested before I come back? Like, I don't know. You would think you'd want me to get tested.
Yeah, and make sure it's passed through you.
Even the Board of Health didn't say anything about it. And after we hung up, I was like, wait a minute. She didn't mention about getting another test. So I'll call work next week and see what they want me to do. I would think you'd want me to get tested, but they said as long as you don't have any other symptoms, you're fine. But I'm like,
You could still have it.
I've been almost fine the whole time, and I've had it. So
Yeah, and you could still have it and be contagious, and you know what I mean. It's I don't know. It just seems like they would want to.
You would think. So I'm
Test.
going to call them up the next week and be like, listen, do you want me to get tested again? And you know. So yeah, but I thought about that also. I'm going to call them up and see what they want me to do.
Cool.
Derek, did we get tested again at our job this past week or next week? I heard we're getting tested again. Oh, they got tested again?
I didn't
Maybe they
hear
get-
anything. I just know everybody got tested last Friday. Which is that the test that you found out on?
The 15th?
The last Friday? Yeah.
Yeah, that was one I did. And then this past week while I was out, someone told me on Thursday, I don't know if it was this past Thursday or next Thursday, they're doing another one that I heard.
I didn't hear anything yet.
Oh, okay.
That's because I left on Thursday and then I haven't been there since.
I don't know if Linda might know.
So I didn't even. I agree with Linda too. Working with a mask is tough. I work because we were using just like sort of paper ones. One of the bosses got a bunch of these, which are a little bit better. They're like a polyester type blend, so they're not like, because I was wearing one that was like straight cotton, and oh my god, that's hot. Once you're moving around at work, so this one's pretty good.
We can't wear those anymore. We have to wear
No?
medical masks. We have to wear medical masks.
Like N95s.
Well, we don't even have the right N95s.
No.
We have N95s, but they're all like a small medium. And they fit my fat face. And a lot of people complain because they're not fitted. Because they don't have any. It's not my job. It's just in general. They're having trouble getting them. They're trying to get some that are fitted now, I guess. They're working on it. They're trying to. But they're still having a hard time getting them.
Yeah, I want to get, like, I was going to order. It was funny. Boss gave me one of these. He's like, oh, I want you to try. He hasn't given to everybody yet. He gave it to a few of us to try out to see if they would wear it. But he has like a bunch of bags of them. I was going to order one like with the Joker on it or something like that.
Cool ones, yeah.
Style. But now I'm thinking maybe I can do like a Joker smile on the front of this somehow. I just don't know. Like I would need some sort of like
marker or something. Yeah,
that can write on like this type of material.
Or you can make your own logo. Geek Perspective.
Yeah, Geek Perspective right on the front. So,
but I was gonna get a Patriots one, and I was like, no, I'm not getting it. Like $30. But this might be an annual thing now. I'm like, geez, maybe I should get it.
Because it's 30 now, but next year it might be 50.
Yeah, it might be 50. You know.
Speaking of the Patriots, just real quick. So I saw a preview for that show that Gronk's doing there, or that reality show, or whatever. I got to say, now that Gronk's not on New England, he's not as funny.
Back up. He's doing a reality show?
Some sort of show. I don't know what it is. He's on a show. So I know. But yeah, now that he's not on the Patriots, he's just not as funny.
Or do you think it's not as funny because Belichick was so serious, so it's funnier because he was doing stupid shit?
Oh, that's a good point too. I think a lot of it was like, oh, that's our Gronk. That's our lovable Gronk. Yo, he's a big oaf, but he's our oaf. You know what I mean? And now he's not our oaf. So, or our big dumb jock. I don't know.
Well, here's a question for you, and to get people in our audience there. Tom Brady's coming out with that new special.
Last Dance 2?
Nope. It's called in the Arena or something like that. It's about his 9 Super Bowls. What do you guys think about him doing that? It's coming out next year. Too soon?
See, I don't like stuff while people are still active doing stuff, because still playing, so you can still add to it.
Yeah, I agree with you, Derek. Is that gonna be like the Jordan last? Because that's what I had read something last night, like real quick on one of my breaks, that like Last Dance 2, and it's gonna come out in 2021 about Tom Brady and his Super Bowls. So
it's just about his 9 Super Bowls. That's all I know.
Yeah, so I think that's part of the reason that The Last Dance was so successful. This Jordan documentary is that there was such a gap between, you know what I mean?
Well, you know why there was a gap? Because he shelved it when it happened. He wouldn't let him release it.
Well, whatever it was, I mean, I think that helped it. You know what I mean?
I agree.
The fact that he hadn't played in a long time, you know what I mean? And now it's like, now whatever, 30 years later, it's a look back, you know what I mean? And it's like, so you get that
space.
What's that?
You need that space. You got to have that, maybe because I'm from New England, but you want to be able to appreciate it.
Yeah.
You know? And granted, it's been 20 years, but
nostalgic.
Yeah.
You know,
people still hate Tom Brady, you know?
Yeah.
I don't hate Tom Brady.
No, I don't.
I said 2 years ago on my podcast, I had a podcast called The Sports Perspective. I said 2 years ago, I would have traded him and Gronk 2 years ago. And I still stand by that. I would have traded him back then, and we'd be in great shape right now because we could have gotten several first-round draft picks. We would have been set. And then 2 years later, he's gone anyway.
But it cost you a Super Bowl.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. I'd rather have a chance to win 5 more Super Bowls with a stacked talent roster than.
Well, they have $100 million in free space next year.
Yeah, we'll see.
Well, it's funny because I was the same way.
Is there $100 million to spend out in free agency that's worth getting? You know what I mean? It's like, all the money in the world, there's no one good to get.
Yeah, it's true. It's funny. I've been saying the same thing, Roy, like the last couple of years. I'm ready to move because I knew it was coming. So I'm like, I'm ready to move on. And then when everything was playing out, like in this last year with Brady, and especially the last 6 months, I was just like, dude, I'm ready for him to move on. You know what I mean?
This past season just had a weird feel to it, like the entire season.
Because he was pissy. He was being a big baby. He finally got to the
It was
point
like-
where he was above everybody else.
Before
I
they
think
got
I think
that
it's been
run
going on
from
for a couple
Baltimore, it was
seasons.
Like the most awkward 8-0 team that I've ever seen.
Yeah,
But
his best performances.
I still give him credit. So most people after the first Super Bowl would have been all ego, especially after that second Super
Yeah.
Bowl. So if it took him 18 years to get an ego, and then finally he's like, I'm above him, which I don't think that's 100% it. Maybe it's part of it, but I also think it's like,
Oh, it's 100% true.
yeah,
The evidence is right there. He
I
wouldn't work
agree.
out with the younger players.
I agree, but there's other things in life after 18 years in the league. You know what I mean? He's got children. He's got
he
priorities.
and I'm gonna crash that theory right now. He used that as the main excuse as why he didn't go to camp. He's practicing right now with all his other teammates down in Tampa Bay. He still has kids. He ain't hanging out with them now.
Yeah,
But now he has to go to the
yeah,
training
dude.
Wait. Why does he have to?
You don't
Why
know
does he
somebody's
have
motive.
new system, and he has to work on the chemistry.
You don't
with
think he's
all
been
those
working
new
on it the
teammates.
whole time when he signed? Come on.
I don't know.
Why
I
does
don't
he
know
have
what he
no
does.
Chemistry.
I'm not gonna pretend I'm one of these people that knows what people thinking, and I'm not gonna pretend I know his motives. I just throw out ideas because honestly, if somebody on a computer was saying what you would say, you're saying right now, fucking troll. So I know you. I know you're not a troll, but if somebody was behind a keyboard, I didn't see their face, I would be calling them a troll because you don't know what a guy's thinking. You don't know, you know what I mean? Like a guy's been in the
The
league.
evidence is right there. What are you talking about?
He's hot. It doesn't matter until he says it to me personally. You don't know, man. Like,
you don't know anything technically.
No,
Everything we said today, we don't know for sure. You know what I mean? But we still said it.
That's the point. I'll never go and say, "Oh, well, Roy meant this," because I don't know what you meant when you were saying something. You know what I mean? I would
I'm
never
saying
do
a
that.
fact. I'm saying facts. What wasn't factual? What I said about Tom Brady.
If I'm not going to do that with you, who I know, I'm not going to do that with a
Yeah,
famous
but
person.
what did I say that wasn't factual about Tom Brady? Tell me one thing I said that wasn't truthful.
Well, you're talking about his motivations, and you don't know.
All I said was he said he wasn't going to Patriots camp because he wanted to spend time with his family. One year later,
and then you said that wasn't the case.
One year later, it's not the case. It's not the case.
But
it's a fact.
You implied that he was lying, and you said, "I'm gonna blow that out of the water right now." You said it right. You said, "I'm gonna," and this is why. And that's exactly what you said. I'm gonna blow that out of the water.
Fact.
He's doing it this year.
It
doesn't mean his motivation
wasn't true.
It doesn't mean his motivation. No,
of course it does.
No,
I have facts on my side. What do you think, Derek?
I'm thinking because it's like a brand new team, he has no choice but to go to the training camp because you got to work on the chemistry with all those guys.
Yeah, of course.
It's not
first off, he can't work on chemistry with what they're doing now. That's not going to work.
No, but I'm just saying.
Chemistry starts when you actually go to camp and start playing games.
But
that's when chemistry
starts.
Go to
the camp for Tampa Bay to work on.
All he's doing now is playing pass. You don't work chemistry by playing catch.
And that's important too. Just getting to know people on a personal level. What makes them? There's a lot that goes in. They're not just machines. Anyway, they're not just machines. So I agree with you. I mean, right now it's not like they're running their fucking super secret plays and you know what I mean, stuff like that. Yeah,
it's just that I know from
I agree with you there. Man. But
you don't build chemistry by playing catch.
But but for me, I understand that, but it's just important to get them to know them on a personal level, what makes them tick.
Yeah, you can do that going to dinner too. You can do that going to dinner,
For sure. But I mean, why not get out on the field and pass the ball around? You don't always every time you want to talk to a guy, you're gonna go to dinner.
I'm not saying you can't, but what I'm saying is he proved what was important to him by his comments last year into what he's doing this year.
I don't know. I'm always leery. Like I said, I'm always leery. I don't know what people are thinking.
Too, but when someone says and then
So,
does the actual opposite right after they say it, then it becomes factual to me.
don't matter. Don't matter.
What do
You don't know
think,
what I can guarantee.
To the Bay Jersey?
99% of the time, neither of you know what I'm thinking, even by what I'm saying. Because
well, then then you're not coming across correctly then.
yeah. Maybe I'm a sociopath. You know, it could be a lot of things, but I think Derek's a
sociopath. He never says anything.
Yeah,
he just plots in the background.
Yeah, I could see Derek. I don't know, either psychopath or so. I don't know. I could see him.
If you make a movie, Derek's definitely the killer.
Yeah.
I was working on a script years ago. I don't know if I told you this, Tom. Did I ever tell you that I was working on a story? I didn't call it a script, a story about a nursing home and how this entity was going from person to person, and they were killing people in the nursing home. And I was using some of the staff in my mind and writing the story as characters.
Okay. Yeah. Which is a good thing to do.
I would make Derek the final killer, wiping everybody out, because Derek's so unassuming. You know, Derek's just a fun, lovable guy. He's quiet. Yeah. And when it works, says, "Wow, Derek talks to you." I'm like, he does to anybody. You know, you just gonna some people you have to talk to. You know, everyone wants you to approach them all of a sudden. I don't get that. So like everyone assumes Derek's unassuming. He doesn't talk to people. He'd be a perfect mass killer.
Yeah. Yeah. And like, by the way, doing that, your writing and stuff like that is common, and actually, like, I find a very helpful thing. Like when I've written in the past for stories and stuff, like putting people into the certain character, because I mean the character within the story, and it all evolves over time, and the characters evolve. I always found that helpful. Okay, this person reminds me of this person in my life. You know,
right. I mean, I want this person to be. Well, wait a minute. I know this person. Let me add that. That's how. Yeah, I did it by accident, because I wish someone had told me that, because it made it so much easier to write the story. You know.
Yeah.
And I knew people, and I could, because like I'm one of those people. I have to visualize the things, and so I can't comprehend it unless I'm visualizing it. But if I can see a real person, like Derek, I could write a little short story and have him kill somebody. And it might be like, oh, okay, I can see that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, not knowing him, it would be harder for me to do just a short little clip. You know.
Rule number one is write what you know. You know, that's okay. Ask any writer, ask any author, anybody. That's rule number one. And when it comes to writing, is
I've heard that actually.
What's that?
I've actually heard that. Yeah.
Yeah, you talk to any writer, anybody, whether they write television, movies, or novels, that's what they'll tell you. Write what you know. So, yeah.
So I guess it's getting late for the show, but I just want to talk about EEW real quick. You guys watching it? Well, I know Derek doesn't watch wrestling, so he ain't watching it.
How much is it?
I'm guessing about $50.
$50.
I'm guessing. I don't know.
Maybe
like
pay-per-view.
Yeah, it's a pay-per-view.
Yeah, I want to watch it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. But then I'm like, there's gonna be no fans, and I'm getting sick of watching wrestling with no fans. I didn't think I'd ever say that. I didn't think I'd ever say that, but fans are important to me.
Yeah,
I like hearing the actual cheer and seeing their expressions, and
it makes a difference in that sport. In wrestling, it makes a big difference. It's it's one of those. Maybe I can find it somewhere. You know what I mean? Because I've been lucky like that so far. With most of the pay-per-views. Because $50 is a lot, man.
Free where or at least like half price or something where the pandemic's going on. I was hoping. Yeah. I don't know. They might. I don't know. They didn't say anything about it being half price or anything, or I haven't heard a price at all. Actually, you probably look it up right now.
Yeah, I'm going on BR Live. Don't they usually use BR Live?
Yeah, BR Live is what they usually use.
I'm going on there and seeing if there's
because there's some big matches on there. Did I tell you that I actually bought since I've been $50? Yeah, it's $50.
Yeah.
Since I've been quarantined, I actually I bought the WWE 2K20.
Oh, you did buy it. No, you didn't tell me that. So
Right now, it's 80% off for the deluxe edition
okay.
for PS4. I don't know about the Xbox.
Mhm.
So for an $80 game, I paid $17.
Nice.
Are there
Nice.
going to be fans in the stands in that game?
There were actually.
Um,
I'm playing universe mode and I'm making my own like rosters and stuff. I'm like, this is awesome. I'm enjoying doing my
So
own rosters and.
when it came out, a ton of issues with it. Have they been primarily fixed by this
I've been
point, or
playing it for like 4 days so far. Not
yeah?
long, maybe an hour a day or so. The only glitch that I've really noticed is sometimes I throw something in the ropes, and my guy gets caught in the rope, is like his arm or something,
Mhm.
and like sometimes he's actually caught, which makes it realistic. Another time
Yeah.
he just kind of just pulls through it, and the rope shakes, but
Yeah.
it's not really a big deal.
Okay.
That's the only thing I've noticed because I was worried about that too. I was like,
Yeah, because when it came out, it was nuts when it came, and I remember seeing some videos of the actual glitch. It like there was a glitch with Charlotte Flair, and it was like almost pornographic, like what it was. Just like it was a lot of issues. Because I remember I was actually in the GameStop the day it came out. I was for something else. I was in the GameStop the day it came out, and then I was in there a couple days afterwards. And I asked the guy, he's like, "Yeah, dude," he's like, "I'm having to return it to refund everybody because it just so many freaking glitches and problems with that game."
I won't spend $60 on a game to begin with.
No, neither would I.
I always wait a while when games come out because most games have some minor glitches anyway. And I figured I would fix it at some point. But then I was like, for a $70, $80 game for $17, I'll take a chance. And I'll tell you that it's a fun game.
Good.
It's really a fun game.
You're going to start streaming it on Twitch?
I've always thought about that. And I was like, I wish we all had the same system. Because
speaking of which, I got something a couple weeks ago from a friend, and I want to show you guys real quick. Take a second here. So you guys have been hassling me about getting PS4. And I'm not a PlayStation guy, but I got a PlayStation.
Really?
That PlayStation. And I got a Genesis.
Wow. Oh, I love this thing in Genesis.
Yeah. Well, these are the, those mini, editions and whatever that just came up. So a guy I work with that bought both these, ordered them either GameStop or Amazon or whatever. He sold them to me for 20 each. I was like, yeah, I'll take them for 50 each. Oh, dude, on PlayStation, I've been playing the Evil Dead game. Oh my God. Now the graphic, it's funny because I remember when PlayStation was out, I was in college at URI, and these graphics are great, and N64 and stuff. The graphics are awful, boys. Looking back on these but yeah, pick that up. So now you guys can't hassle me about getting a PlayStation anymore. I have PlayStation.
Oh, you have to get the phone now. We'll be all set. But if we're all playing a game together, I think I'd play online. Like I'd put it on that channel or something.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
All right.
And Derek, you don't play the same games I play anyway. I play mostly sports games.
Yeah, I don't.
But then again, I guess was that.
I don't really think I ever played football games.
I guess if there was a game that it'd be a multiplayer game, obviously, for us to play together. I guess if we come up with a game to play together, we could actually do it on our channel.
Yeah,
you'd have to take the lead on it because you would know how to do it more than I would. But we could actually do that. We guys come up with a game and play together. Yeah, that's actually a thought.
Yeah.
And then maybe you get Tom like, hey, I want to play with you guys. Maybe we can next summer check out to buy one.
Whoever has the camera for the system can stream their play.
Well, I would just go out and buy a camera at that point, Which is why I don't have a camera because I don't stream. And if I said if I stream with people, I knew, like you guys, I
Yeah.
would go buy the camera. You
Yeah.
know, I could probably use my Logitech. No, I don't know.
Like it's weird though, because like I don't know, like during the stream, like if you like a game, like where you like they see your face while your game's going on. I'm like, well, do you really need to see my face while the game's going on? Or
Yeah, that wouldn't matter, because we wear headsets and talk to each other. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like it'd be cool if we all had playing Friday the 13th and get into the same lobby or something, or did a private lobby. Something like that wouldn't be a problem to do.
Well, boys, you
Yeah,
want
it's
to wrap
an hour and a half.
Yeah. Yeah. Why don't we wrap it up?
All right. Awesome show. This format's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I remember when we first started this. I wasn't big on news, but I like doing the news. Now we just kind of talk about it.
Yeah.
And today flowed great. I tried to work it in as we were flowing into things, or trying to flow into things, and I think it worked really well.
Mhm.
Eric, you should come up with some anime news. Like you said, you might want to do this, the little whatever show anyway, and do news and just talk about stuff.
I could probably go on a rant next week if you want.
Nice. I would pay you $1 to see you on a rant.
Yeah.
All right. So, do you want a preview of it, or at least the premise?
Sure.
So, I think I told you guys like Netflix was supposed to get all those anime movies that were going to be in English.
Mm-hmm.
We're like one of the only countries that didn't get that. Like everywhere else got it.
Racist. Anti-American. See, that's why.
I just think that's I just think that's dumb that we don't get it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, come next week prepared to rant for us on it.
Yes.
Ranting and down on paper or into your phone. That way you can give us an epic rant next week.
Mm-hmm. All right, kids. Thank you for watching the show today. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Comment on this video. And for Tom, Derek, and myself, have a geeky great day. Wash your hands and stay safe, everybody.
Wear masks.
Goodbye.
Thanks, guys.